Streamed. So I'd like to welcome in particular those of you who are watching us via the internet. My name is Stephen Squire and I'm the Global Marketing Director on 3D White at P&G, and it is my pleasure and my privilege to welcome you tonight to Barcelona. We have an exciting partnership we're going to officially debut, as well as giving you some news that we hope you'll share. But I want to take a moment first to talk about 3D White. It's a brand that's synonymous with brilliantly white, beautiful smiles in more than 70 countries, even though we only launched it a few years ago. Our goal is to develop the best and most innovative products to give everyone beautifully radiant smiles. Because we believe that the more radiant your smile, the more confidently you can engage with the world around you. That is the real power of a 3D White smile. And smiles do have power. It's the first and most lasting impression that can turn strangers into friends. The fact is that smiling, you should try this, smiling makes you happy, and it makes those around you happy as well. So give it a go. Which brings me to the exciting news that we have about our partnership with Oral-B and Crest 3D White with Shakira. There are so many reasons why we wanted to work with Shakira. We wanted a woman who was passionate, who was successful, who was inspirational to others, someone who used her many talents to share positivity with the world and with the people around her. Someone whose life reflected her experiences and who radiated through the power of her smile, who radiated her happiness through the power of her smile. You know, from her different roles as a mother, as a philanthropist with children's education, of course as an artist, a singer, songwriter, and dancer, Shakira is truly a brilliantly inspirational woman. And as such, she's the perfect partner for 3D White. In working with her, we found inspiration in her stories. We found inspiration in the individual beauty of her smiles and the stories behind what made her smile. And we call that her smile story. And we were driven to want to see the beauty of the smiles of other people. And so we captured Shakira's smile story to serve as an inspiration and a call to action for the world to share the beauty of their smiles and the stories behind them. So tonight, we invite you to experience the story of Shakira's 3D White smile. Let's take a look at the video. Of you smiling in the room, and I'm inspired and I'm smiling. You see, it's infectious in a good way. So we want to ask you and your readers, Shakira's fans, the Crest and Oral-B followers on Twitter and Facebook to capture your smiles through Vine, through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and to share them with us. In fact, we hope that you'll share this video, which you can see on YouTube and Facebook, and will also be shared via Twitter. So use any social media platform that you prefer via the hashtag 3DWhiteSmile. We'll be gathering all of this to share in a global smile gallery so you can see the stories and the smiles of other people throughout the world. And now I'd like that you join me in welcoming a great friend of the brand, Robert Verdi. Many of you know Robert. He's a leading lifestyle expert. He's a celebrity stylist and television personality. He has worked with A-listers such as Eva Longoria, Hugh Jackman, Terrence Howard, and Kristen Wiig. And many of you know him from his television work on the red carpet and at Fashion Week. So please join me in welcoming Robert Verdi.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Barcelona. I don't know if you guys have been doing what I've been doing, but saying Barcelona. You're wrong. It's Barcelona. I love it. Because you start the conversation like you pretend you speak the language. Hola, ¿cómo estás? And then all of a sudden you're like, no, that's all I know. Wait, no. ¿Cómo estás is as far as it goes. How beautiful is this place, right? It reminds me of my first studio apartment in New York. It's about half the size. If a Murphy bed was there, it would be exactly like it. Welcome to the beautiful Belreco. How about that, huh? An important, beautiful, beautiful property. It's amazing. I don't know if you guys know what Belreco means. It actually means beautiful little place, which is appropriate. Did you know that? It's one of the things that really troubles me about traveling. It's why I love traveling and hate traveling. I always want to learn a little bit of the language so I can kind of function. And the two things I always try to learn, which are important, are ¿cuánto cuesta? Because, let's face it, we are a room full of shoppers, right? And then my go-to phrase when I don't know what to say, which is fabuloso. So I say it in response to absolutely everything. And I learned a new one today when I was arriving here on the property. We were stopped at the security gate, and the driver said, muy importante caballero, which I think means very important cowboy. So I am your important cowboy. Now, language is an obstacle, but there is one language that's an international language, and that is the language of smiles. And tonight, we have the very special privilege of celebrating one of the most beautiful smiles in the world and hearing the story behind that smile. That smile belongs to no one other than Shakira. So join me with a warm round of applause and flash your 3D white smiles and say hello to Shakira. Yes, an entrance. I love an entrance. Yes. And she's still her birth weight. It's fabulous. Fabuloso.
Hola. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How are you doing?
Ditto, good to see you.
Hi, everyone.
What's going on? Look at how gorgeous. Whose dress is it? This one? No, it's so good. Whose boots are those? It's Louboutin.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Okay. No, right, so that's all anybody ever wants to know. So tell me, first of all, let's go into the studio. Are you working on any music that we need to know about Waka Waka? Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm working on my new album. And it's going to come out during the first trimester of next year. So I'm really excited.
Is there anything new and unusual in it?
Everything?
I mean, obviously it's new.
New and different. I'm happy because it does tap into a style of music that I kind of started doing when I first started my career, my musical career. So it has a little bit of those roots in it. You know, it's a little more rock and roll. It's got a little more attitude. It also has dance tracks. But I don't know. It's different.
The kids love your dance tracks.
Oh, thank you.
They really do. So when you're in this process, is this a process that's really complicated for you, like writing and preparing and getting it all done?
It's easier to have a kid.
It is.
It's easier to make a baby, deliver him. Much easier than making an album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I made Milan in 1 second, literally, and it took 9 months, well, less than 9 months to to bring him out of me. But this album, it's been almost 2 years.
Wow.
I'm still not here.
And you have a lot of things happening simultaneously. I mean, obviously you're a mom. You're now this incredible, congratulations, ambassador for 3D White, which is very, yes. Flash that 3D White smile. I hear that you are a big fan, as I am. So tell me more about this partnership with 3D White and how it came about and why it's the perfect fit. And clearly, it's the perfect fit.
Oh, thank you. You know, I'm really excited about this partnership, especially because I think that the whole campaign is so unique. You know, promoting a smile. It's just wonderful, and it really matches my life philosophy. You know, I'm a smiler. I have the habit of a smile, and I've done it my entire life, and sometimes in an annoying way for some people, for example, photographers.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm in a photo session, and I'm like, you know, and they're like, "Can you stop smiling for a second, please?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't help it." You know, because they want the sexy picture, they want the, you know,
yeah.
that, you know,
the pouty face,
the Angelina Jolie, like that, and I always go back to my smile. So it's a part of me. It's really. It's really what it is, and so I'm thrilled to be a part of a campaign that promotes smiling. You know, that's a wonderful thing, I think.
I think it's great if you can integrate a smile into your style. Oops. We're switching mics. It's okay.
You're not hearing me well?
Hola, hola, hola.
Hola, hola. Oh, much better.
Oh my God, so much better. Yeah, I mean, it is the best accessory anyone can wear. Is a great smile.
I think that there's no better makeup than a smile, really.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes us women overcompensate with a lot of things, and we're preoccupied about, what dress am I going to wear and what makeup, and really the most important thing is to feel confident and to project that confidence, because there's nothing sexier than that, than trusting yourself, you know, and also when you have an open smile, an uninhibited smile, I think that you are somehow showing the world that you have nothing to hide, that you're just being genuine, you're being yourself. And I think that's sexy and that's nice, and people like that.
And it makes you secure. I mean, although there have been times, I have to tell you, when I'm smiling walking down the street and I think, people must think I'm crazy. Because you're like, you're walking.
Well, you gotta have a reason to smile. You can't just be.
No,
you know,
something
like
good has happened.
Exactly.
Like you're chasing your best grin and you're like, oh no, I must look crazy. But it's great because people do pay attention when you smile. People connect with you through your smile. I think it's an important accessory, like I said. Design philosophy, style philosophy. I want to know, talk to me about your philosophy on style. I mean, what do you love about fashion?
You're all about style, aren't you?
Let's take it to the fashion.
Okay, let's get into your world a little bit. I don't know. I'm a jeans girl. I mean, let's face it. I love being in my old pair of jeans.
Which I have to say, as a big fan of yours, I noticed that you wear a lot of trousers. You like pants and shorts and more than dresses, is my guess.
More than dresses, yeah. But I thought that the occasion really deserved a little bit else. Yeah. So I tried to dress today. My son was looking at me like, what's she wearing?
How old is he now?
9 months.
9 months, yeah.
But yeah, I noticed that he realized there was something different. I love Alaya, for example. He's one of my favorite designers, and also people in the world. He's a good friend, and I love Helmut Lang, you know, and Versace, and
strong designers.
Yeah,
very strong.
Yeah.
So, what's your go-to article of clothing in the closet? You said jeans, but is there something that you have found to be...
My Helmut Lang t-shirts.
No matter what?
Yeah, no matter what.
It's
always... they're like, faithful dog. You know, something that's always there and you can rely on. My Helmut Lang t-shirts.
Yeah, I'm so close to you and I'm looking at you thinking, I've always thought you were a striking beauty, but... do you have a beauty secret that you don't mind sharing, other than genetic predisposition to beauty? Do you have a beauty secret that any of us can borrow?
I discovered that vitamin C does wonders, so I apply vitamin C every morning.
Topically.
Before I put my makeup on, or even if I don't put any makeup on, I put my vitamin C on.
I would assume that having met as
But I keep it simple,
You do.
It's very important, yeah.
It's not a...
Just keep it clean and simple.
So has there been great beauty advice that you've been given along the way, and who gave you that advice?
Wear sunscreen. That's the
really?
best advice. Yeah, I don't fry under the sun. No, there's no way. I think the sun does too much damage. I mean, it's too... Yeah, it gives you the cool look, you know, you look like you're on vacation all the time, but at the end of the day, it just lasts, what, a week, a good 10? And then you have to live with the damage that the sun does to your skin. So I don't do it much, but, you know, just a limited amount.
A little sun kiss?
Yeah, a little sun kiss.
A sun kiss.
Here and
so
there.
Talk to me also, one of the things that I think is absolutely fabulous that you started is the Barefoot Foundation. Tell me about the Barefoot Foundation.
The Barefoot Foundation is a foundation that I founded when I was 18 years old. And I've been focusing exclusively on education, on promoting education, now early childhood development initiatives, and on building schools and providing access to education, to quality education to all children who live in conditions of extreme poverty and vulnerability in my country. We started in my country, and now we're moving to other places like Haiti, where we are finishing a school for girls. And we also have a project in South Africa. We've created and opened two early childhood development centers in Mexico, and a few others in Argentina as well, 13 new centers in Colombia. And really, it's been a fantastic adventure. It's been a happy adventure to work with education and to invest my time and money and effort in education, because you see results immediately, you know, because kids grow so fast. So every penny that you invest in education, you see it turn out in concrete results almost immediately or a few years later. But from the moment you start, you see an instant transformation, not only on the kids who receive the education, but also on their families, entire communities. We support 30,000 people and communities that belong to the communities where we have built new schools. So right now we are building our 6th school in Colombia for 1,800 kids, and it's an amazing project, and we're so happy to see that it's arriving to its completion, because it's going to be a school that's going to have emphasis in sports, and actually we're associated with Barça Foundation on some of the sports facilities that we provide to these centers and to these schools that become like a community centers for the families.
When you were 18, you were not a mom, obviously. You're a recent mom. The baby's 9 months old, you said, right?
Yeah.
So has it magnified, now that you have your own child, has the importance of education and the foundation you started become magnified? Because you're really more invested in it now, is my guess.
My commitment with education has been so vehement and so consistent since the moment I started my foundation. But now that I'm a mother, I am living it in my own skin. Now I see how important it is to stimulate children from the very beginning, you know, because their brains are developing at an amazing speed, you know, and they are establishing all kinds of new connections between their neurons, and brain cells are developing really, really quickly. So it's very important to not miss a second of this development and provide them with all the tools that they're going to need in order to become talented and skillful in their lives. So it's very important that mothers out there know that everything they can do for their children, like reading to them, playing with them, is gonna pay off enormously in the future, and in the near future too. I mean, children only have the first 5-6 years of their lives. This is a very small window for them to achieve the right development of all their cognitive skills, you know, their motor skills, their social skills. All of those skills are forming in those first 5-6 years of their lives. After that, that window closes, and they get to work in their lives with what they what they have at that moment. So it's very important that the civil society in general acknowledges this. So it's something that I work hard for. I try to promote the cause of education, universal access for education, but also I try to, sit down with people in government and business leaders and have conversations about this and about how important it is for politicians to include these initiatives in their political agendas, and also business leaders to invest in initiatives that promote education and especially early childhood development strategies as well.
You sound so passionate about so many diverse pieces of your life that the big question is, how do you juggle all that? Like, how do you make all of that happen and successfully, from your music career to being a mom, to being a life partner, to like all of that is so hard to juggle. How do you do it? What's the secret behind that?
I don't know how I'm going to keep doing it. That's a good question. Because with the baby, things tend to change a lot. But, I have a great team, people who understand me very well, who understand my cause, my commitments, and who support him and make my life easier. So it is very important to be well surrounded, I'd say. And also, you have to be determined and passionate about what you do, and you learn how to juggle with all the different factors and different variables. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes I feel like I have a lot on my plate, but I'm trying to simplify my life as much as I can. Now I delegate much more.
Life is very big.
So a lot of people out there think that I'm a control freak, and I used to be. But now I can't. There's no way.
How do you learn that part? How do you learn to start to let go and kind of let go and let God, so to speak, but let people do it when you're a control freak like that?
Well, you have no choice. I mean, you do it or you die trying to control the world around you. It's impossible. So, like I said before, I'm really lucky that I have people who know me very well and know my taste and know what I like, and now I can say, can you take a look at this, and can you do this for me, and they take over certain aspects of my life. But I'm really involved with, of course, obviously my music, because I'm a producer and a writer of my own music, but I'm also very involved with all the creative aspects of my videos, and sometimes co-direct my own videos, and I do my own makeup.
That I found absolutely fascinating, because I know you guys all.
And if there's no hairdresser around, I do my hair too.
I know. This is one of the incredible things about Shakira, is that this is something that's industry-wide. Everybody knows that you do your own makeup, and I love that about you. That makes you the girl next door to me.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, I think that so many celebrities get so caught up in being a celebrity, and that's one of the kind of, privileges of having the fame, is that you can get any of these notable, incredible artists to work with you. But I love that you do it yourself. Why?
Because I'm good. And I'm cheap, and I'm fast.
I love that. That is hysterical. Is there a quick beauty tip? I know you said sunscreen, but when you're getting ready for a red carpet moment, what's the beauty tip? Here we go.
Sometimes if I'm too dehydrated from flying and lack of water, basically, I put vitamin E capsules,
Okay.
Those that you get in the pharmacy.
Yeah.
It's a little vitamin E on the skin. It'll make you glow.
That's an amazing little tip.
Little tip.
It's a little tip. So,
and not too much makeup, because sometimes I look at pictures when I was, 10 years younger, and I look older in those pictures because I was wearing way too much makeup. Because I was a makeup artist then.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
That's a really good tip. So talk to me about The Voice. You were a welcome, incredibly loved judge, or what do they call them? Mentors. Coach on The Voice. Everybody who didn't love you fell in love with you. Everybody who loved you was so happy to see you. Did you enjoy working on The Voice?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Rumors are that
Very
you're coming
much.
back?
I am, actually. I already started shooting some of the first episodes for the blinds, and yeah.
Is that something you love doing, the mentoring process?
Yeah, it's really fun, It's fun to shift the spotlight for a second from you and all the attention that you usually receive as a singer. Just try to move it and put it at the service of another human being for change.
Do they get really nervous? Are they like, you can tell like they're about to crap themselves because you're there?
Yeah, they do. But also, I don't know, sometimes they're surprisingly brave. I mean, kids these days are tough cookies, you know. They're not as vulnerable as I used to be when I was their age, you know. Or sometimes, I don't know, I think that this new globalized world has helped tons for that to happen. You know, people are much more confident. They believe in their own opinions and in what they have to offer, and I think that's great. And that also has a lot to do with the democratization of information. I think in a way we all have now access to so much information that generations from the past were denied of. You know, and that changes your whole way, your whole demeanor of going through life. So
when you were emerging as a talent in the music industry, did you know you were talented, and did you believe that you could achieve what you have achieved?
I had the intuition, I had the feeling I was talented, but my mom confirmed it to me, and my dad, you know. And I was actually reflecting
before the rest of the world.
Yeah, reflecting about that recently, because I often, now that I'm a mom, I often ask myself those questions. How am I gonna discover the talents that my son has, and how am I gonna encourage him, you know, to follow his own dreams? And it's a conundrum, and it's a challenge for every parent out there, I think. But if it weren't because of my mom, I think that I would have never made it, because she realized that I was talented. But not only that, she supported me, she believed in me, and she went ahead and helped me build my confidence, you know, my own confidence in myself, which is a vital tool that you need in order to survive any kind of job. So I think that's very important, that parents are connected with their children and what they want to do in life, and support them, whatever it is that they decide to do.
Did anybody along the way make you doubt that, even though your parents instilled
Yeah, many people.
And so how do you overcome those moments?
I found so many, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, I love it.
I found so many obstacles in my life as an artist, and only few people really believed as vehemently as my parents. But their trust in me was enough, because a kid believes that their parents are like semi-gods, you know.
Yeah.
A baby looks at their parents, and he doesn't question the authority or what the parent thinks or says. So that's why it's so important to refer to our kids in positive ways, because that's the opinion that they're forming of themselves. It's based on the opinion that their own parents have of them. And I think that the opinion that my parents had of me really helped me build the little bit of confidence that I have, that has helped me go through life, through this industry at least, you know.
So when you meet new talent, emerging talent, and you're mentoring them, what if you don't have the confidence that they have the level of talent required to achieve greatness? How do you counsel them? What do you say to make them feel confident, to not rob them of that moment, but also steer them in the right direction? I mean, you can't say you're a zero.
No, by talking to them, understanding what their concerns are, what sort of self-image they have, and trying to show them their strengths too. And if they have some kind of weakness, well, trying to, you know, not focus on those weaknesses. I think in the entertainment industry, that's what works. You know, you know your strengths, you milk them. You know, you know your weaknesses, you try not to focus on them so much, so the audience doesn't focus on them as much.
Do you think with your son that you can immediately start to see things that he's interested in? Like, is art something that, like music, can you sense it?
Yeah, absolutely. He's into paintings, for example. He loves graphics. He loves books. I can read to him 3-4 times in a row one little book. He's only 9 months, but I've been reading to him since he was born, and he really finds a strong connection with books, and he also loves watching his dad's games. He knows what football is, and when I go football, he goes and looks at the television, and I take him to the Camp Nou, to the stadium, and he watches the matches from the start until the end with such concentration that is amazing. The bad news is that he also dances.
Already?
Yeah.
Does he Waka Waka? Does he dance well?
He dances to anything pretty much. Yeah, even when I sing to him, he starts moving. And the other time I caught him moving his hips a little bit, so I'm a little concerned.
It's genetic, it can't be taught. We did take some questions from people out in the world, and let's see what they are. The first one is from Alexiani. As a performer, you travel the globe, but is there any place you haven't performed but would like to? That's a great question. Is there any place you haven't?
No, I've never been to Indonesia. And I'd like to perform there, yeah. Yeah, I've performed even at the pyramids in Egypt. That was amazing. The craziest, most amazing places in the world I've performed, but never in Indonesia. That would be interesting.
Do you ever get nervous when you're out on a big stage and you look across and there's
It's not nervousness, it's more adrenaline. I've been nervous, especially when I'm on live TV.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous because anything can go wrong and there's no way back, and there are no more songs for you to make up for what you did wrong. But so the live TV is nerve-wracking.
I live right around the corner from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Are you gonna come to Brooklyn? Do you know the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the new Barclays Center? You have to come perform there.
Okay.
I'm putting that on your list of things to do. Okay, the other question came in Spanish and we translated it. It's from Mejor Shakira. They want to know, where are you at this moment? That's a big question. Where are you at this moment in your life?
Where am I? Well, right now I'm in Barcelona. I'm at a very good place in my life finally. I think I've found what I was looking for. Love, feeling loved, and a family, my own family. And that is my biggest and most important priority.
Is it true what they say, you know when you know? Like when you meet somebody and you fall in love, you just know?
I think so. Well, you should ask that to Gerard. When he met me, he said that he told Cesc Fabregas, because he was with Cesc, and he said, I'm going to marry her. She's the one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's scary.
So he knew. He says that when he knows, he knows. And he knew then, and I know that he's the one for me.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for all of this incredible time we get to spend with you. We do have some questions from people out here in the audience. So we're going to open up the floor. I know that we have some already set up. So let's pass out the mics and get some questions from you kids. Who's going to go first? I think we're getting the mic.
Sí, buenas.
Oh, okay, right over here.
Roberto Cavada, República Dominicana.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Un placer, qué bueno escucharte en español.
Enhorabuena. Sí, ya iba a decir, ahora me dejan hablar en español, espero, ¿no?
Como debe de ser, enhorabuena. Nada, envuelta en muchos proyectos, ya hablabas de la fundación, de muchos más, del mismo proceso de paz que lleva tu país. ¿Qué te aporta 3D White profesionalmente y personalmente, y tú a esta marca y a esta gran campaña? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué involucrarte en esto?
Porque me encantó el concepto de promover una sonrisa. Creo que comulga con mi filosofía de vida y me gusta también que sea una compañía que además es seria, que sus productos son seguros y sobre todo que tiene un interés también en ayudar a una causa tan importante como es la educación. Ellos han hecho una gran donación por su parte para nuestro colegio de Cartagena, que está en este momento en construcción y que esperamos inaugurar en febrero del año que viene. Así que ellos también han colaborado en este proyecto y estoy muy feliz y muy agradecida. Gracias.
Fabuloso. See, I told you it worked. I told you it worked. Fabuloso. Who's next and where did that, right over here? Please tell us where you're from.
Hola.
Soy María, soy de aquí de Madrid, pero trabajo para Glamour México. Yo a ver, vemos tu sonrisa y vemos que es tu mejor carta de presentación, pero a mí me gustaría saber, según tú, cuáles son tus otros atractivos para mover a tanto público, para tener tantos seguidores. ¿Qué crees tú con qué les encandilas, aparte de con tu sonrisa?
Bueno, yo creo que mi sinceridad, creo que he sido sincera siempre a través de lo que he hecho, mi música, la gente que sigue o escucha mi música me conocen bien, saben, saben los principios los principios que me mueven, saben mis límites también y lo que me apasiona y lo que no. Creo que hay una relación con mi público de mucha honestidad y de mucha mutua comprensión también. Y por eso ha durado tantos años. Es como un buen matrimonio.
Qué bien ha venido, ¿no?
Sí, sí, sí.
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso.
Yes. Hi, how are
Hi,
you?
I'm Alexis Wolfer from thebeautybean.com in the United States. Young girls today are under so much pressure to achieve really unrealistic beauty ideals.
Yeah.
How do you define beauty, and what advice do you have for young girls who are struggling with their own self-confidence?
That's a great question.
It's a brilliant
Yeah, because imagine us artists also sometimes feel under that pressure ourselves. We have to struggle with the fact that you are not perfect, and we feel that there's so many expectations out there of being perfect and achieving those impossible beauty standards. Yeah, I love my work, but you know, sometimes it has disadvantages, like you can't really go out on the street like you just woke up, you know. Because I mean, you can, but you're not gonna like the pictures you're gonna find the next morning, especially with the paparazzi and all. But I think that you know, we preoccupy often too much with you know, finding the right accessories and the right dresses and what are the latest products for makeup and all that. And yeah, they do help, but what's really vital for us to transmit inner beauty or real beauty is to work in our self-confidence and to trust ourselves. You know, I think that there's nothing sexier than loving yourself and not trying too hard, you know, because when you are yourself and you show that self-respect, people tend to do the same with you. So I would say all those accessories and products out there are great to help us improve, but the most important thing is that we believe in our inner beauty and project it. At the end of the day, I think that everyone around us sense if you're having a bad day or a good one, and even the muscles of your face relax when you're in a good state of mind, you know. But if you're tense, you're like, you can wear all the makeup in the world, but you know, you're not gonna look your best. So it's so important to be in peace, I guess, or look for that inner peace. And that is, to me, a synonym of beauty.
Fabuloso, huh? Works every time. Every time. Who's next? We have another question. Oh, right over here. Hi, how are you? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Valentina De Bernardi for Vanity Fair Italy.
Ciao.
Ciao. Based on your experience, how is changing the role of woman in the sentimental relationship?
Sorry, come again?
Allora, how is changing the role of woman in the sentimental relationship?
How is changing in today's world?
Yes, today.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
That's a hard one. I'm confident in your beauty and your ability to answer this question.
Thanks for your trust. Well, I think that women today seem a little bit more in charge, you know, and men seem to like that, I guess. Myself, I'm a little bit more old-fashioned in some ways. I like to wait and, and let the guy do the first, second, and third move. I go for the fourth one.
Gerard gets major points because.
And now he says he's shy.
I think it's super scary to introduce yourself to somebody who is so accomplished, so successful, so beautiful. To put yourself out there is a big risk. So he gets major points because that's a big thing. I mean, just to say he said
he's not bad himself.
He said he was going to marry you the day, right? Like that's pretty.
No, he didn't say it to me.
No,
he said it to his friend.
No.
He thought about
but
it.
Even thinking that, it's like that's good. That's great. That's big. I love that. I think that's major.
And he dreamed that we had a baby.
And that came true.
Yeah, like
Dream come true.
right after he met me.
Yeah, well, see, that's because a lot of people, I'm guessing, are scared to even say hello, let alone believe that the bigger possibility is there. Do we have another question? I think we have some more questions. Over here, yes? Hi. Oh, we need a microphone.
Sorry.
Oops. Oh, we're going to go back there first? Okay, let's go back there first, and then we'll come back to you. Hi, how are you?
Hi, my name is Layla Hamdawi. I'm from Laha Magazine. It's a Middle Eastern publication. Hi.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. I wanted to ask, you have such a presence and a vibrant smile, and I wanted to find out what really, truly makes you smile.
So many things. Well, seeing my own son smile, it's an instant. It's an instant incentive. Seeing Gerard smile, seeing witnessing when Barca wins.
Seeing how he looks in his dress.
And also, being on stage and performing for a big audience and then seeing them sing along to my tunes, that's an amazing feeling that usually makes me smile big time. And I don't know, good news in general makes me smile.
I love that you're positive. You feel like it all makes you smile. It's a great answer. I think we have one more question over here. Or we're going to go to the other side of it. Oh, over here, yes. Hi, how are you?
My name is Catherine. I'm from Montreal, Canada, for Lulu Magazine. I was wondering, when do you feel most beautiful and why? And have the things that make you feel beautiful changed over time?
Oh, that's a complex one, too.
The things that made me
Feel
beautiful?
beautiful. Yeah.
How they changed over time?
Has that changed over time, the things that make you feel beautiful?
Yeah, I think that a few years ago, I would think that wearing excessive makeup would make me look beautiful, and now I see those pictures, I'm like, what was I doing? And obviously that happened to us in fashion, I guess, to every one of us. You see pictures of yourself in the past, and I'm like, why did I decide to wear that day? It has changed, yeah. Now I'm a little more cautious with my, the decisions I make when I'm gonna wear something too risque. And what was the first question?
When do you feel most beautiful? In what situations?
When do I feel the most beautiful? No, not every day, of course, no. But I think when I'm having a good day, when I'm feeling, that I'm one with the universe, and the universe is kind to me that day, then I feel that day, even if I didn't sleep much, I would look good. But if I have a good 8 hours rest, I would feel even better. So yeah, I guess it's a state of mind, I think, beauty for each one of us. I think that every person in the world will look nicer and appear more beautiful when they smile and when they're happy, Anybody.
I love beauty is a state of mind. I think you're so right. That is so true. That's brilliant. Tweet that, somebody. Please, tweet it. I think we have one last question. We're coming over here to this side of the room. No, we don't. We don't have any more questions. Okay, well,
Sí, hay más preguntas.
Sí, hay más preguntas.
Todo el mundo quiere preguntar. Yo quiero saber algo, Shakira. Quiero saber qué superpoderes quisieras tener ahora que eres mamá. Y bueno, de repente uno como madre quisiera ser omnipresente, ¿verdad?
Sí,
¿Qué superpoderes quisieras tener ahora que eres mamá de Mila?
A mí me gustaría que hubieran 35 horas en el día. Días de 24 horas no me alcanzan. Sí.
There we go. All right. Well, I think we have a wrap up.
Bueno, muchas gracias,
Everybody, thank you all
Thank
for
you.
joining us here in Barcelona, and thank you everybody on Ustream for hanging out with us and spending some time with the one and only, the magnificent, the fabulous 3D White Smile of
Thank you so much, everyone, for your presence and for traveling. I know many of you have come from different places in Europe and from the US and from abroad. So thank you so much for making it here today and accompanying us.
It's amazing.
Really, and thank you.
You're so welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, everyone. We're going to, oh yeah. We're gonna have dinner together. Thank God we get to eat a little here in Barcelona. So just go on through to the next room and we will meet you guys in there and have a little nosh. Thank you, everyone. That's such a cute dress. What is that, like baby girl?